NASCAR 08 tonight at Dover for the Craftsman Truck Series, race number 8 of 25. It is the AAA Insurance 200. Full race as we have left for the entirety of the Truck and Busch Series schedules. Now, it has been a little over a week since we have touched the Truck Series on this game. Looking back into my notes to see where we left off, we actually won the last race at the Toyota Raceway, which was formerly known as Red Bull Raceway Short Track. We have finished inside the top 3 positions in each of the last 5 races. We're 7 races into the season, and we have won 4 of them. Though we have not won an even-numbered race, and we are 4 for 4 in the odd-numbered race. So races 1, 3, 5, and 7, we finished first. But in the even-number races, we have not won one of those yet. We finished 19th in the second race of the year at California, by far our worst finish. Second at Martinsville in race 4, and third in race number 6 at Charlotte. And in fact, that race we didn't even lead any laps. Same for California in the second race of the season. So we'll see what we can do today. I did qualify well. Best qualifying effort actually that I've had all season. Not just in the Truck Series, but across all 3 series. I have not qualified in the top 5 yet. I did qualify in the top 10 once, and I think it was at Martinsville in the Truck Series. I think I started 10th. But needless to say, I can't believe I qualified top 5. The first lap, I qualified 17th, and that was even pretty high. And I'm like, oh, wow, top half of the field, that's pretty good. And usually on lap 2, I only pick up like 1 or 2 positions, if that. And so as soon as I crossed the stripe, it was just like, you just qualified inside the top 10. And I'm like, oh, I did. And then I saw 5th. I was like, oh, shoot, that's top 5. I caught myself off guard with that. I am not used to qualifying well in this game, so I will take it. I wonder if that means the field's going to be more competitive in the race, though, because usually we don't qualify well and then have like the fastest car and or truck, depending on what series it is in the race itself. We'll have to wait and see. This is the last NASCAR 08 stream for about a week. The 6 days to be exact. Next Monday is what we're shooting for. Obviously, weather pending in Daytona, although it looks fairly good for most of this week. Chances of rain are 40% or less throughout all 5 days of Speed Week action. And 2 of the higher days as far as percentage chances of rain would be tomorrow and Thursday, but all on-track activity as far as the mainstay with the Cup qualifying and the dual races are at night. So if it doesn't rain at night, obviously we're not going to have any issues there. So yeah, I can't wait for Daytona this weekend. And we'll kickstart that live commentary streaming tomorrow. I do actually have the stream for tomorrow night up already, and I'll be working diligently to try to get the rest of the streams up for the rest of the weekend. Community tab post was put out last night as far as the streaming schedule, so you can look there for what time and when on each day from Wednesday through Sunday I'm going to be streaming, what I will be streaming, all obviously live commentary NASCAR content. As far as today's race goes, let's get into this, and let's try to go for our 5th win of the Truck Series season in the number 5 with Mike Skinner. Green flag is in the air. Had a good launch on the start, so good that I ran into the back of the 190 truck and ended up not actually getting any positions. Mid-corner speeds are up so much in these vehicles at this track. It's going to be sketchy trying to make passes, so I'm so thankful I qualified 5th. I was expecting to have to start at the back, and I was like, man, it's going to take me almost all 200 laps to get up here. 1 spot gained on the opening lap in turns 3 and 4. Drove it in pretty deep. Johnny Benson was giving us room there. Teammate being patient with us. I was being patient with him as well. Gotta be careful down towards that apron. Back-to-back laps. First 2 to start the race that we made a pass in turns 3 and 4. How about that? Already some smoke entering turn 3 from the last lap. I feel like this is a track that's going to yield a lot of cautions in this game. We either have hardly any yellows or we have just a boatload of them. Truck Series, we don't seem to have quite as many. Of course, these races are shorter. Had 350% races go caution-free for the trucks, and then the only 100% race to go caution-free. Still that season opener at Daytona. 22.415 fastest lap of the race. I think that was quicker than my qualifying lap. Did a good job getting to third in those first couple laps. Having a hard time trying to run down these top two in front of us. I ran a 22.199. It's crazy how much faster in the race we are compared to even qualifying. I don't think anybody ran a 22.1 in practice or qualifying. I think the pole time was the 22.2s. Am I good at Dover? This is the first time I've raced here on NASCAR 08, so we'll have to wait and see. The older games, I'd say yes for the most part. This was a good track for me. A lot of the shorter tracks were. Short tracks, I feel like I'm not quite as good in this game compared to what I was in NASCAR 07 and before that. I get good finishes, I just don't seem to win them as much. We did win the last short track race on the Truck Series, which was Toyota Raceway. We led 166 of 200 laps in that race. Big run into turn one. Didn't drive it in very deep, though. It's hard to commit underneath another vehicle. I want to wreck our equipment early in the race. Eric Darnell in the 99 is the one leading these laps in the early going. And he's actually second in points, trailing by 128 to that of Mike Skinner entering this race. So almost a full race worth of points ahead of second place coming into this one. Jackson Robinson and Michael Turner, thanks for tuning into the stream, by the way. Johnny Benson's lurking, trying to make a pass on us. I'm hitting my marks, though, so I'm not really giving him an opportunity to make a pass on me, and it's the same thing for myself in trying to make a pass on the other trucks ahead of us. Went a little wider on purpose that time through 3 and 4. That was because of the lap truck down on the apron. Big run into turn one this time, but just can't drive it in as deep as these guys. I don't know how they get into the corner that deep. I feel like if I tried to do that, I'd slide up the racetrack. I'm scared I'm going to give up a position. I'll tell you what, though, these top 5 trucks, I should say, they are pulling away. 22.022 that last lap for Skinner, and we're not that far away from having a sub-22 second lap time in a truck on this 1 mile, monster mile racetrack here at Dover. What a pace. There's the 21.922 that last lap. Exactly 1/10 quicker than the previous fastest lap put down a couple laps before. I don't get back into the gas right in the middle of the corner at a sooner pace. You see how much I lost. I lost maybe 2 truck lengths through 3 and 4 that last lap. And again, into turn 1 with a run. I'm doing a good job keeping it off the apron despite how fast I'm flying into the corner, but I'm also scared that if I just have my nose underneath their left rear that they're going to crowd me, because I've had that happen before and I don't want that to cause a wreck. Only that one truck out of the race right now. It's Stewart, one of the fantasy drivers. One of the many. Johnny Benson in 4th is losing time. You got Noah Howe, who's the second place truck, by the way, in this 190. He's got to win this season. And Travis Quapple's in 5th. TJ Bell in 6th, but a lot further back. Howe looks like he might even be quicker than the leader. Really trying to get the nose underneath the Howe. I thought we had a really good opportunity of trying to pass him there, and Even that wasn't enough. Get up off the corner well enough. I just can't drive it in deep enough to... look at that. I mean, that's... Yeah, this is risky being down on the apron like that, but he's not giving us a lot of room either. I can't believe I made that corner without making contact. Wow, what a move. Up to second. I don't know how that worked out the way it did. Usually you clip the apron and you're about ready to spin out. I felt like I was taking it as easy through there as possible while still trying to carry speed. Not let him just drive right around me again. So Skinner's up to second. Took 20 laps to make that pass. Now we got to get by Eric Darnell, which might be even harder with Darnell having the clean air, and we still got Noah Howe breathing down our neck. Stuart Little, that's what I always think. Especially that spelling, because isn't that the same way to spell it? Every time I see that guy's last name in this game, I do think that. Oh, yep. Got chopped off by Darnell there. Big slide with the rear tires. That's what I was afraid of Noah Howe doing, and that's why I was down on the apron when I was trying to make the pass. Don't want to burn the tires off the race truck this early in the run either. So we're really going to be struggling on the long haul. These truckers are not playing nice. That's the second time he did it that time. You've got to be joking me. I mean, what do I got to do to pass the guy? You get underneath him twice and he about runs me down into the... Well, he did run me down into the grass that time. First time I kind of saved it. That time I didn't. You get the run on him. You get to the inside cleanly. And then he just drives you down onto the apron. And we lost all of our track position. They don't want me to win. Well, I mean, they can go fuck off. That's what they can do. I mean, that's some horse crap. They're going to the back. Thanks, Eric. I actually got credited for leading a lap under caution. Not the way I wanted to do it, but... It's bad enough he did it the first time, and I didn't wreck, and then the second time... Man. What a great effort to qualify as well as I did. And then that happens. Nothing of my own doing. Oh my gosh, somebody blew a motor on the restart. Is that TJ Bell? Yeah, so I think that was TJ Bell that blew a motor on the restart. Looked like the 6 truck. And not the 6, sorry, the whatever number that is. It's hard to tell with the font. It's not the 6. Quapple's in the 6. And right into the back of the truck in front of us. Scrape the wall off turn 4. Still on those same tires that I ended up having that slide in. after the contact with Eric Darnell. Not a lot of damage on the truck, so that's good, but these tires are cooked. It's going to take me almost the entire rest of the race to get back up there. If I can even get back up there. We definitely have a quick enough truck to do so. I honestly do think with me qualifying as well as I did, that the field's going to be that much more competitive in the race. And I was afraid of that, because I kind of noticed that in Martinsville when I qualified top 10 also. I qualified 10th, and it still took me over half the race to get to the lead. And then here we are today. Same thing. Only I haven't led yet. Well, I got credited with a lap led under caution when I didn't technically lead. So I am going to get 5 bonus points regardless of if I actually get to the lead or not. Now, I would imagine this is going to be a one-stop race. I can't even get a run on these 2 trucks in front of us here. When I said that, I finally got a run on them. Only got 1 back. Plus TJ Bell, who blew motor on the restart. So we've got 2 of them back. Eric Darnell still leads. He's led every lap of the race. I don't see anybody passing him if he's going to drive everybody the way he drove me when we were battling him for the lead. Crazy thing is that probably should have happened when Noah Howe was crowding us quite a bit, but somehow we didn't make contact when I made the pass for second. Every single pass we're going to have to make through this field is going to be so diligent. Even the Walmart truck is blocking me right now. Carswell, who was our Fontana winner earlier this season, not having a great run here today at Dover. I got a run on him. He just keeps blocking me. I swear, is every single truck going to do this to me? That I try to pass this entire race? I'm already tired of it. Shouldn't even be back here. My favorite store? I do go grocery shopping more there than I probably should, but I'm simple. That and I know where everything's at, so I'm in and I'm out pretty quickly. I have a list of things we're going to get grocery-wise, and I'm very rarely in there longer than 20 minutes, and even that's a stretch. Shout out to Walmart for having NASCAR diecast on a more regular basis now. There's a point in my childhood where they just never had any on the shelf. Now whenever I go back there, they always have quite a few of them on the shelf. They got a pretty good variety, too. The 164 scales, at least. I wish they sold 124 scales, then I would consider getting them. I have to wait for it to get shipped to my place. There's really no, like, stores, vintage NASCAR stores anywhere around me anymore. There used to be this one growing up, not far from where I lived, and then they closed down. I think they had a location in Sandusky that was open a little longer than that location that I used to go to, and I went there a couple times and didn't know where that happened. Oh my gosh. Apron just sucked us down the racetrack there off turn 4. Well, we're up to 30th. Follow this truck. Following the 119. Made a couple of passes, just kind of being in his tire tracks. He was the one that was able to make the move, and we followed up to 28th. I can tell you, we get up to Eric Darnell, I'm sending him. He wants to spin me out, put me to the rear of the field. I raced him clean for 20-something odd laps at the start of the race, and he was just chopping my door off every time I got underneath him. Until I finally wrecked. He can get set first chance I get. We're going to get our payback. I don't know if I can get all the way up there before the end of the race, though. Starting to get in more of a rhythm now, up to 25th. Restarted, obviously, 35th. One truck we passed was because of an engine failure on the restart, so we've gained about 10 positions in 21 laps. I think we restarted at lap 28. And we're halfway out of gas before lap 50 as well, so it's going to be a two-stop race. That's even with the caution laps we've had already in this one as well. Yeah, I do remember that. I wonder why they don't do that anymore. Yeah, I used to be able to play like demos of games and stuff. I'd always be testing out the new Madden all the time. Just lost a spot. Try to get him back. Gotta run. Don't do it. Don't hit me. Look at how tight this is. That was not an easy pass. They do not give you a lot of room to make passes at this track. It's already a tight racetrack as it is. It's very deceiving. It looks way wider than it actually races. And especially when you get up off the exit of the corner, it narrows up so much more. It's wide in the center of the corner, and then you got to funnel down pretty quickly. Quite a few trucks not that far ahead of us. 6 seconds off the lead. Darnell still led them all through 54 out of 200 laps. I always like Dover, though. It's a pretty fun racetrack to race in these games. Being there in person, it's a cool-looking racetrack, too. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a two-stop race. That'll break the field up a little bit more than if we're going to have an extra stop than what I was initially thinking we were going to end up getting. Going to follow the 123. Underneath the 126 truck to make a pass for 24th. All clear off turn 4. Drove it in deep, got it to stick that time. Slight wiggle. Oh, hang on to it. I was scared it was going to start pushing before I got up off the exit of the corner. It felt like it wanted to, but stayed low enough to make the clean pass, up to 23rd. I mean, we really are driving the wheels off of this thing right now. Driving angry. Driving angry to try to get back up to Darnell. Travis Quapple just took the lead away from him, so somebody finally got by the 99. It's the first time Darnell has fallen out of the lead today. After leading just over the first 50 laps. Overdrove the entry a bit to get into turn 1 that time. Noah Howe's up to second. Johnny Benson's up to third. Darnell fell to fourth. Got Freight Train as soon as he got past. One car got underneath him, and then that opened the floodgates for a few more. Man, these tires are starting to really, really fade. And Eric Darnell slides extremely catching up to us right now. 60 laps in. Almost into the top 20. There we go. Didn't like clipping the apron right there. I got a bit loose. Less than 4.5 seconds off the lead. I don't know that Travis Quapple's running quite the pace that Darnell was when he was leading. I don't know how he got underneath him, but he did. I'm scared for these guys to pit. I feel like how jam-packed the traffic is right now. Somebody's going to run over somebody. I'm definitely going to have my eyes peeled. As soon as I see trucks looking like they're going to pit, I'm going wide. I'm already kind of starting to do that because I'm scared that they're going to pit abruptly. About to lose a spot to the 190. In doing that. I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. I'm going to need some chance to get out of the way. I'm purposely driving up a lane or two going into 3. The last 3 laps now. I'm so scared that they're going to just jam the brakes and start pitting. Didn't do it that time. I took the gamble that they weren't going to pit yet. Got a big run off turn 4. Try to get spot back maybe. That's not a lot of room. I might be able to get a twofer. Yeah, all right. Got by Chapman, too. A little spacing to the next truck in front of us. I like that. Allowed for me to run the bottom again. 123 follows us to get up to 20th place. Still a little over 4 seconds off the race lead. Quapple's still out in front. Dover definitely one of the more difficult tracks to make a green flag pit stop. Got a run on this 121 truck. I was going wide in the middle there. We're going to have to pit any lap. I don't know how much further we can go on fuel. Caution laps we had. I'd like to go at least a couple more if I can help it. I'm definitely staying out this time. Gotta run. Try to make a pass here. Up to 18th. Well, we're exactly halfway through the field. We're a little less than 3.5 seconds off the lead. Gotta stay out one more lap. We got some trucks pitting this time. They didn't really check up much. I went wide just in case. So Skinner will pit this time. And we're probably going to have a lot more trucks coming with us. Oh, this whole line's coming in. I'm going to try to go one more. This is a gamble. There were so many trucks pitting there, I just felt like I was going to lose too much time sitting behind them. Well, now we led a lap. Even though I got credited under the caution with a lap lead. That was an official lap lead that time, and now we're going to pit, and that's going to work out well for us here. Yeah, give me a clean track to pit with. All right, now we're coming in. And I ran out right as I was breaking into the pits. That couldn't have worked out any better. No adjustments here. 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel. Our first of 2 pit stops in this race. Liking that. There was just so many trucks on pit road at once there. I'm glad I did what I did. Because it allowed us to get in and out of our box a lot easier. We're probably going to gain some positions because of it too. Up to 11th. We were 18th. We did lose time to Travis Quapple. By the time we get up to speed here, we're going to have lost about 3 seconds. 4 seconds, maybe. Yeah, not about 3.5. So we lost about 3.5 seconds to Quapple. Just saw Carswell blowing an engine, bottom of the track. That's the 3rd driver to drop out of the race already. Just the lone caution in this one. And still one more pit stop for the rest of the field to make it. But I'll take that. That's a 7-position gain. We're up to 11. And now we got a caution, and that's going to bunch the field together. There's debris. I saw that on the apron. There's debris on the apron there in 3 and 4. The hell? There's a car stopped in the middle of the track, and that guy just ran right through him like he didn't exist. It was like right where his debris ended up falling off, too. That was strange. That car definitely was not there when I had passed by under the caution. But he was there on the replay cam. Legitimately a ghost truck. All right. Couple trucks a lap down on the inside. Green flag back in the air. Pretty good launch on the restart this time for Skinner. And he's going to pick up a spot into turns 1 and 2 to get back inside the top 10. There's a truck that followed him, and that other truck doesn't get back down to the bottom quickly. They could lose quite a few spots. Caution again. Oh my God, I thought that was a truck. Oh my gosh. I felt like that was about to come through my TV screen. Thought I was going to get decapitated. I was about ready to duck. I thought there was a truck flying through the air. What was that? That was such a big piece of debris. Looked like an entire side panel. It was a hood. It looked bigger than that. Man, oh man. Pause it for a quick sec. Man. We're good. A little bit of a code brown there, but made me jump. I made myself jump. All right. Try to get another spot or two on the restart again. could be the easiest way to pass trucks up here at the front of the field. Oh yeah, I had him cleared before we even got into the corner. Up to ninth. Back-to-back debris yellows. Our third caution of the race just came out. Restart at lap 83. I don't know where Eric Darnell's at right now, but definitely not going to be cutting him any slack. I'll tell you what, I got through the field a lot quicker than I thought. Well, granted, the cautions helped because we were 6.8 seconds back of the lead when we cycled off of pit road, and luckily we caught a caution within a couple laps of that. Got tickets for Friday and Saturday. It's cool. Were they there for the 500 too? Yeah, you're down there all week. You definitely gotta try to get as much of your money's worth as possible. Looking for the crossover. Just lost that ninth spot that we nabbed on the restart. Got it back in turns 1 and 2. TJ Bell, yeah, he's been out. He DNF'd on that very first restart of the race. Kind of stacked some things up at the back of the pack. He was 6th for a large portion of that first run. Stuck our nose in there, and luckily that 151 truck gave us quite a bit of room, really. Oh, that was a lap truck. It wasn't even a lead lap truck. No wonder they gave us room. I was going to say, this is about the most generous a truck has been for myself trying to make it past the whole race. Try to follow Noah Howe underneath our teammate Johnny Benson. Oh boy, 3 wide. Oh, they made contact to the outside. They stacked each other up. Skinner taking advantage, and he's up to 6th. I think Eric Darnell's in 2nd. I haven't been able to look at the leaderboard. Everything's so tense up here at the front of the field. Yeah, they definitely made contact. Look at all the smoke. Although that could have been further behind me, too. Bottom lane was open just for a little bit. Howe was able to make the pass, but I wasn't close enough behind him to follow through to break into 5th. Now going for 3rd immediately. That 190 truck's hooked up. Just ran our fastest lap of the race, 21.736 that last time. Oh, man, just sliding the tires in the middle of the corner. Push it so hard through the center. Back in the top 5. Right back to where we started in 5th. There's Eric Darnell. He got trapped on the outside after Howe gets quickly up to 2nd now. And Howe's going to go straight to the lead. I mean, he just rocketed up there. Gets by Travis Quapple. Try to stay close behind Darnell so we can follow him and get this spot. Quapple cut us off. Just ran our fastest lap again, 21.685. Front of the pack is moving. Now Noah Howe's about to lose the lead. Truck right behind me is just trying to peek to the bottom. We going for it? Nope. Not close enough. Oh my gosh. I thought that guy was going to try to slip to my outside as Noah Howe was there already. Up to 4th. And Darnell's getting right back to the lead. Go figure. Thought I was going to have a chance to pass him in traffic. I'm going to have to pass him at the front of the field again. This is the most lead changes we've seen here in a minute. Nobody wants to hold on to this thing. Almost halfway. What a race here at Dover for the Craftsman Truck Series. Not enough room. Trying to make that pass for third that time. Got to run up off the exit of the corner, but we're getting blocked. Oh, he had a slight wobble. Side by side for second. Try to follow to get the spot. Big run down into turn one. Slid up the hill a little bit. Got to get by Quapple for third. Blocking off Noah Howe, who's just got a super strong race truck in that 190. Darnell with a block up off the exit of turn 4. Oh, I mistimed that. I clipped that truck in the right rear. Knocked myself into the fence. We both lost a couple positions. And get back by the 178 for fourth at least. Howe's into second, and Quapple is third, though Quapple goes wide off turn 4. Skinner not quite close enough. Oh, little contact. Late dive. Quapple crowded us. Halfway this time. And again, Skinner's back into third. And now a run on Noah Howe. Skinner trying to go for second. Howe's going to give us a lot more room to make the pass. Clip the apron a little bit, a little slide job, clear off turn 2. And going after Eric Darnell. The last time we were battling for the lead with one another, he wrecked us, so I'm not playing nice. Go figure, he gives me a lot of room this time. Why couldn't he do that earlier? Still holding on strong for the moment. I'm clear whether I'm clear or not. Alright, well, that was clear anyway. Skinner to the lead, lap 103. I was willing to fight dirty there, and I didn't even have to. All that stress very early in the race that he gave me just to have him pull over for me there. It's like, why didn't he do that when we were like 20-something laps into the race? That cost me a chance to lead the most laps. I'd be shocked if I catch him. We also still have one more pit stop left in this race too, so definitely going to have to run this out as far as we can. I don't think we've seen the last caution yet either. I almost wonder if a lot of those cars got damaged because of how many of them were on pit road at the same time, and they might have been hitting each other in the pit lane, giving the damage. So I really don't know where we had the couple of trucks that had the damage they did. To force the couple of debris cautions we had. Well, I don't think I'm going to pull away, but the hope is that we just don't lose the bottom. So we still got to stay mentally focused these last 90-something odd laps. Hope that we get on and off the pit road pretty efficiently as well. Darnell in third. Yes, he is. Yeah, Quapple's in second, I believe. It's based off of what it looks like in the rearview mirror, at least. Get to see the leaderboard this time around. Yeah, it is Quapple. Quapple, Darnell, second, third. Eric Darnell's having a great season, though. He's definitely making this a fight for the championship between ourselves and him. Halfway out of gas with 90 laps to go. And we've already pitted once. Definitely not getting anywhere near the fuel mileage at Dover in this game compared to what we did in NASCAR 07 across all three series. We were able to go about 100 laps. Remember this being a one-stopper, borderline 2 for the 200-lap events here, and this one is definitely a 2-stopper. No chance of making it in 1, even with the 3 cautions we've had. A little bit of fuel saving going on during the yellows, of course. Well, the good news with not having to rough up Eric Darnell when we passed him last time, if he cycles out in front of us after the green flag pit stops, I can rough him up the second time. Either way, I'm definitely not letting him win this race. I'm going to be stubborn about that. I owe him one. We got this lap truck right in front of us. Man, he wasn't giving me a lot of room to make that pass. Good thing we were way quicker. Past him, there's no other lap truck anywhere in sight. Tell you what, the mid-corner speeds feel so fast at this racetrack in this game with the truck series. Wonder what they're going to be like when we get to the Cup side of things at Dover. I wonder if we run like sub 20-second laps or something ridiculous. It wouldn't surprise me at this rate. I mean, we were in the 13s at Bristol. Low 13s, too. We were sub 13.5-second lap times at one point. All right. Still about a 4/10 of a second lead. Nothing major. Travis Quapple and Eric Darnell still closely in sight. Fourth on back has definitely faded quite a bit. There's a big gap back to them. Just tuning in for the first time. Again, everybody still has to pit one more time in the race. We have a little less than 80 laps to go with where we're at right now at the Monster Mile at Dover. 3 cautions in this race. And we've only led ourselves here for about 22 laps now. Total. And it'll be 20 laps led during this current stretch at the line right there. So doing what we need to do for the moment. I don't really know that there's one truck that's specifically way quicker than everybody else. But the top, like, 3 to 5 trucks in the field have pretty much been the same top 5 outside of our comeback that we had to do. Obviously, we qualified top 5, though, and pretty much us on up through the qualifying leaderboard are the ones that are going to be competing for the win. It's just about who's going to get the track position late after these final stops. And will we get any more restarts as well? We'll try to capitalize off of that. We do have a good restart gear in it for this track. Single file restarts, we were able to pretty much get at least one position on every restart. $73 to go this time by. I got a lot of research to be doing for the following Daytona streams this weekend. Live commentary. Used to having to get all my research like, you know, Friday morning or whatever for practice qualifying. I have a lot of time to do it, but with working a full day tomorrow, working a full day Thursday, I've got to be cramming it in, plus doing the live commentary streams later that night for both nights. So I'm going to try to get myself a head start on it. I was looking to see if they had the entry, or not the entry list, but the qualifying lineup order. Usually it's just a random draw. But I haven't seen anything on that yet, so I almost wonder if they don't draw the order for that until after practice tomorrow. That's really going to suck if that's the case, because practice is at 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm not going to be able to see that because I'm at work. Which means I'm not going to really be able to type that lineup up until I get to lunch. Definitely have to bring my laptop to work with me tomorrow. Probably on Thursday, too. Cramming in every break I can to get as much accomplished as I can. I'm just hoping nobody bothers me while I'm there. I'm on time constraints here. I can see it already. Just people asking me what I'm doing or whatever. Listen, man. It's no different than like if you're in school and you're like studying something. Like, you don't want people coming up and bothering you. Well, what you studying for? Same reason you should be. We're just managing this 4/10 of a second gap. I mean, they're not getting any closer to us. I like the space. It's just enough spacing that they're obviously nowhere near in contention to try to make a pass every corner, but we know exactly where they're at. Eric Darnell's starting to lose time, by the way. Pretty even gap now between first and second, and then second and third. Quarter of a tank of gas left this point in the run. Right as we cross the stripe, it's lap 136. We're definitely in the fuel window already. Made it to lap 71 earlier before we pitted. One caution during that run, so it was about 68 green flag laps, so down to 64 to go at the line. We're definitely in our fuel window. Don't want a short pit here. We had a caution just a couple laps after all the green flag pit stops cycled earlier, so I could definitely see there being a caution again in a similar circumstance, so we'll try to stay out as long as we can. The longest green flag run of the day, a little less than 50 laps. Last restarted at lap 83, so I guess we have gone just over 50 laps during this run. So this is currently our longest green flag run of the race. About 56 laps now, and counting. That means we're probably due. Yeah, Eric Darnell's really slipping. He just doesn't have the long run pacing that the number 5 and the number 6 have in front of him. Which makes sense as to why Quapple was able to take the lead away from Darnell back on that very first tire stint. Well before we ended up getting that second caution after the green flag stops. Quapple just flat out passed him. Darnell actually fell back to 4th as top couple were all kind of bunched together at the time, so once he lost one position, lost a couple more. And Darnell in that last restart was able to fight to get back to the lead quickly before we took the lead away from him, which was at lap 103. In total, we've led about 40 laps in the race. Still got quite a few more to lead to try to catch Eric Darnell for the most laps led. He's probably led 70 to 80 plus laps in the race. Definitely led the second most for where we're at. And it sounds like we've got some leaders pitting. One of them was the 6 truck of Travis Quapple. A few others on pit road right now as well. Things are about to get crowded down there. Yeah, there's a lot of trucks. I'm going to definitely stay out this time. It worked out well the last time. We're giving up time the longer we stay out here too, though. Especially to Quapple. Heard some crunching in the pits there. We might get a debris caution again when everything cycles out. We're going to pit this time. Track's more opened up here. A little bit of a power slide. Probably could have actually gassed it up a little bit more. Might have used a little too much brakes. It's at about 59, 60 miles an hour when I hit the commitment line. Speed limit's 70. Definitely didn't get all I could there, but well within the lines of not having to worry about speeding, at least. Again, this is the final stop of the race. And it was a clean one, 17.8. And there goes Quapple to the lead. Lap truck on the outside as well. We're going to be able to get by him in turn 3. So we did lose a spot. Quapple pitting about 2 to 3 laps earlier than us was the difference because he was only 0.4 of a second back. Now we're 0.4 back with 55 laps to go. Darnell still remains in 3rd, and the 4th place truck, I believe, is right behind him unless that's another lapper. Everybody's good on fuel to the finish. Real race is on now. Oh, I gave up too much at the bottom. It was a big wiggle. Had some trucks making contact somewhere else around the track, too, on the back straightaway. Lost about a tenth to Quapple that last lap after the contact. The lap truck behind us. Longer it takes for us to get back to the lead, less of a chance of leading the most laps, with Darnell still leading the most. He's probably still got about 20 to 30 laps on us. James Pascal, thanks for tuning in. "50 laps left. Here at Dover, Quapple is really pushing the pace. Mike Skinner trying to run him down, a couple of former Truck Series champions. Got to be smooth. Don't want to clip that apron. We've done a great job being able to run that low, aggressive line without overstepping our boundaries. Kind of float the corner a little bit. You just don't want it to float too far wide, because then it starts to really slide around on you. But see that darker shaded area of the racetrack in the middle of the corner? As long as you stay within that or below it, you're good. Wapple pretty aggressively below. Same for Skinner there. Both just trying to run that aggressive line as we're in the final quarter of the race. Wapple will be catching another lap truck pretty soon. I'm hoping he takes a little bit to get around him. So there isn't going to be another lap truck for a little while after. Only 3/10 off the lead. Trying to run a slightly lower entry and still hold the middle of the corner speed up as much as we can. It's really the only time we've been able to gain. Now he's side by side with this truck, and now the lead's down to about 2/10 of a second off turn 4. Lap truck in the 119 on that bottom lane right in front of us. He's just going to park it, isn't he? You would think he would have moved out of the way for us already. Yep, he's going to make this hard on us. Go figure. We're starting to catch more lap traffic, too. Actually catching that field of trucks up ahead a little quicker than I was thinking we were. I'll tell you what, it's been hard to pass all race. Lap traffic is definitely going to be very interesting here in these closing laps. Got to run on the 119 again. Just can't quite get underneath him. Even the lab truck is starting to driving in pretty deep. All right, now he's really holding me up because I had to back the corner up quite a bit just to keep from running into the back of him that time. 40 to go. Oh, I slid up. I slid into him. Well, that's one way to get around him, I guess. He got the worst end of it than I did. Didn't hurt the truck too badly. Couple of truck lengths off the lead yet. 39 to go at the line. Quapple leads. Skinner in second. And lap traffic will be just laps away. Big run for Skinner. Good corner there by Quapple. He's blocking. Come on. Might have to pick him behind one of these lap trucks. Got to stay close to him, though. That's the thing. Don't want him to get away through this traffic. There's a lot of it. It's like about 7 trucks. "35 laps to go this time by." Big time run for Skinner. Closed off. Quapple gets underneath the lap truck. The 117. Skinner sideswiped the 117 on the back straightaway. That cut us a little bit of slower time to get by. A lot of these trucks up ahead are double wide, too. Big run on entry there. I lifted a little extra because I noticed he was chopping me off. Give him a bump draft on the back straightaway. Oh, big run, middle of the corner here. Just kind of got to follow him through. He's hitting his marks. Oh, he clipped the apron. But he didn't give up enough room on the bottom for us to get underneath either. Had to bump draft him on the back straightaway again. Oh, man! Got right into the back of him there. Oh, now we're outside 3 wide. Oh, no. Yeah, that's tough. I can't get back down to the bottom right now. Gotta get back down quickly. Gotta run off turn 2 there. There we go. He's held up too. He's still got 2 trucks side by side right in front of him, so he's not completely gotten away yet. Leads just about a half a second. And now he's got the 126 back underneath him again. So both of the leaders are boxed in with lap traffic. It is a mess getting through here. Look at that. Quapple just got passed by 2 trucks. I'm about to get past. I didn't get great bite off turn 2 that time. There we go. Come on. Have a smooth through 3 and 4 there. Oh, got crowded big time. Squeeze play. Oh, both of them. All right, back up to the 6 again. Both trucks had their struggle. Big block there by Quapple, but the 5 was already there. Into the corner. He's holding us tight. Slide job. Oh, there was contact. Scrape against the wall. Lap truck got through from quite a ways back. Banging off one another, and Skinner's got the lead. Edge of control, and a herd of lap trucks caught right back up to the leaders quickly, and Quapple stuck on the outside. Another lap truck in the rearview mirror, and about a 7/10 of a second lead for Mike Skinner. He's trying to win back-to-back races on the truck schedule for the first time this season. Clean air in front of him now. What a race, though. We were definitely treading through some treacherous waters there for about a good 20-lap stretch or so in that heavy lap traffic. Trading paint while battling for the lead through it with Travis Quapple. $20 to go this time by. A 1.2 second lead. Does Quapple have anything left for Mike Skinner? Still got a few lap trucks between the top two. Skinner's starting to build a little bit of space between that next closest lap truck to his rearview mirror. This stays green to the finish. It's going to end up being a 118-lap green flag run to the checker. We're about to hit our 100th green flag lap of the run this time by at the line. So it has been 100 laps since our third and most recent caution. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Pretty good race here tonight. Good send-off for NASCAR 08 before we get into the Speed Week live commentary coverage from Daytona, which begins tomorrow night on the channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, with pole qualifying for the Daytona 500. Our dual race coverage will end up being at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night. Doubleheader on Friday with Cup practice at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, truck race at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. A triple header scheduled for Saturday with the ARCA race at noon. Final practice for the Cup Series at 3 p.m. Eastern, and at 5 p.m. Eastern will be the Xfinity race. And our Daytona 500 special start time at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, where we will go live more than an hour before the drop of the green flag for the Great American Race on Sunday. Usually we go live about a half hour to 45 minutes before the drop of the green flag for the Cup races, but an extra start time will give ourselves an extra half hour on top of that compared to usual with the Daytona 500 and the biggest race of the season here this coming weekend. Lead's trimmed back down to just over a second. It was about 1.2 to 1.3 a few laps ago. Quapple has gotten by all the lap trucks, I do believe. So we'll see if he can close on Mike Skinner. 1 second lead with 13 laps to go. Not a lot of time, but with no lap traffic in the way anymore, it's not over. Skinner's just got to continue to hit his marks, which he's been able to do with clean track, and clean track in general, pretty much all day. Seventh in practice, actually qualified fifth. And it's going to be close to whether or not we're going to lead the most laps. I think we are, if we lead to the end. It's going to be very tight between us and Eric Darnell for the most laps led. It's really going to depend on how many laps that Travis Quapple was able to lead for when he took the race lead away from Darnell before the first set of pit stops. Then how long after that restart before Darnell got back to the lead again. 10 laps left this time by. Still 1.1 second lead. Skinner's actually increased his lead by about 1/10 of a second or so over the last couple laps. So for the most part, it seems like we're matching lap times with Quapple since he finally got through the lap trucks. A few more lap trucks, not that far up ahead. I don't know if we're going to catch them. Might not have enough laps to get to them. I'm hoping not. It was a struggle for myself, too. Passing trucks has been difficult all night for everybody. Doesn't matter whether you're on the same lap or not, for position or not. Five laps to go for Mike Skinner. 1.2 second lead at the line. Gave up a couple hundredths that last lap, nothing major. Just clinched the most laps led with 4 laps to go. I knew it was going to be close. It's a good thing we got back to the lead for that final time when we did there with about 21 to go. Three laps left. Still about a 1.3 second lead, opened it back up again the last couple of laps. Put another 1/10 or 2 on him. Another truck blowing up, back straightaway, the 164. Just nobody hit him, please. 2 to go at the line. We are so close to that white flag. Just keep it green. We've lost them on restarts already. Even though we got the restart gear in it, I might get sent. That's what happened with Labonte and Casey Kane in that Martinsville Cup race last week. White flag, final lap. Come back from the early spin after Eric Darnell had knocked us around, battling for the lead in the first 20-something laps of the race. Spin and win for Mike Skinner as he wins his 5th race of the truck season. Let's go. Yeah, Miles did behave for us. Thankfully. Alright, don't call it a comeback. Honestly, we came back pretty early in the race. We got to the lead for the first time at lap 103 and still was able to lead the most laps in the race just before the finish. Solid win for a solid driver. Another one on the all-time wins list in the Truck Series for Mike Skinner. 72 laps led, 61 for Quapple and Darnell. I didn't realize Quapple led that many laps. Wow. So we led by 11 over both of them. Johnny Benson, our teammate, didn't lead a lap, started 2nd and finished 4th. Chris Parker finished in 5th after starting 28th. Then he had Chet Vance in 6th, George Teague in 7th, Wilson Eubanks 8th, Chad McCumbee 9th, and Zach Van Dyke rounds out the top 10. 18 trucks finished on the lead lap in the race today, and we had just 3 DNFs. 4 of them, actually, because that one truck late there, M. Davis, was 3 laps shy of making it to the finish. Spencer Carswell, who won a race earlier this season, he blew up. We saw that. That was lap 72, lap 28 for TJ Bell, which was right on that restart from the first caution. Menard Stewart on lap 11. 1.3 second margin of victory, 136.35 mile per hour average race speed. 3 cautions, 14 lead changes, 1 hour and 28 minutes total time on tonight's race. Narrowly extending the points lead on Darnell, who finished in 3rd here tonight. With laps led of his own, we did get the max points day. Our next race will be at Las Vegas, and it will be a 146 lapper. Kind of a shorter truck race for that one. So we'll take a look at the point standings before we get out of here tonight. 146-point lead over Eric Darnell, who's still 2nd. Travis Quapple 3rd in points, 256 back. And our teammate Johnny Benson falls to 6th in points, 346 out of 1st. TJ Bell with the DNF is 8th now, 414 back, so he lost some ground as well. And I believe he was actually top 5 in points coming into the race. Finished 2nd to last. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up today's stream. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for pole qualifying for the Daytona 500 live commentary stream, our first one of Speed Weeks. First of many. We've got a lot of Speed Week coverage coming for you guys over the next 5 days, leading up to, of course, the Daytona 500 on Sunday. In total, we have 8 live commentary streams over 5 days. So I can't wait for it. And definitely going to be getting to work here very shortly. Get something to eat and then get to work with getting all the notes prepped for tomorrow night's stream. I will see you again tomorrow night. Enjoy your Tuesday evening, and let's watch some racing tomorrow at Daytona.